But you were out there in Las Vegas, like you said. I want to jump right on in. What was your biggest pros and your biggest cons about seeing Keegan Murray out there?
The biggest pro was probably just that he does it so effortlessly for the most part. And I think I knew that he was going to get his numbers and get his and be efficient about it, kind of just within the flow of the offense, like he did at Iowa and just put up crazy numbers there. I was most surprised by some of the off the dribble stuff because he was clearly the number one guy out there, and defenses are treating him just like that. And he had some off the dribble creation stuff. There's that 1-3 that he stepped into from really deep. On the left side of the court. He had the buzzer beater at the end of the first quarter in that game against Indiana, I believe it was. So the off the dribble self creation stuff, like he's compared himself to Chris Middleton. I never loved that comp initially, but there were some moments where I'm like, I don't know, man, I see it a little bit. And then biggest negative, it's hard to nitpick with him because he just does everything good. I don't know that he's great at anything, maybe 3-point shooting, to be fair. I think defensively, he's could be a negative early in his career. He's just a rookie. Like I'm just talking year one. I think he's a good defender, but I think it might take a little bit of time for him to get up to speed there, especially if they're going to play him at the three.
Yeah, that's been my biggest issue with watching him was I actually think he's been a good team defender. I think he moves his feet very well. I think he's a very smart defender just by watching him play. He knows where he's supposed to be on the court. I just think right now the lateral quickness was the downfall of his game during summer league. There were times where they did a pick and roll with him out there on the perimeter, and he did hold his own. But there were more often than not, if you blew past him at the 3 point line, you were going to be able to get an easy bucket at the rim. But Kata was obviously there to help him out as well. So you got to see the pros and the cons of it. I do agree with you though. I think if there was anything that you need to see improvement on from him, that you had to take away from summer league was just the defense. But that 3 point shooting was there. How the offense worked through him and also not through him was very impressive to see him score over 20 points per game, 7 rebounds, and then also the 40% from 3 point range. I mean, to me, Brenden, and I've been saying this for a while, I think he's been the most impressive player throughout the entire summer league process. Is there anyone that's been better?
No, I mean he just got the MVP today, right? So
Is that
I
what
think it's
happened today?
fitting. Yeah, he just got that maybe an hour, half an hour before we hopped on here, and he got all first team. I think is just what they call it. So yeah, well deserved. The first Davion got it last year, and he got all first team summer league, and then the Kings have a repeat now with Keegan Murray. So I think, as the award says, he was pretty dang good out there, and I thought that like Paulo Banchero was really impressive. He is ginormous in person, like he just already has an NBA body and does a good job of using that and being a pretty physical player. So I think maybe if Paulo played a little bit more, that's the only competition. But you're talking about the number one pick right there, so pretty good company.
Yeah, I mean, if you're being compared and going head to head with the number one pick in the draft, I, you have to applaud what he was able to do for sure. This comes in from